We are operating on a frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows.
To you who've been trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still a number of problems to solve. I guess you know them as well as anybody knows them. But I think we've proceeded far enough to justify the statement, at least, that these technical problems are not insurmountable.
I like the fact we don't make it up as we go along, we promise.
It's the last one, we can do whatever we want. What are they going to do? Not come to the next event?
Boycott us for KOTE 11.
It's like when you're handing your resignation for 2 weeks, you can do whatever you want. Because what they're going to do? Fire you?
Today we'll look at taking the decks in the lower pool. So this is a SAS 60. The average SAS for the SAS 66 is 58.4 with the AERC of 53.4. Yeah, that's kind of what I would expect. They have 11.6 amber picks on average, which is fairly good. And we'll compare them to the decks of KOTE 10, these decks to the global average of all decks. So it's not just against the other KOTE decks.
Ah, nice. Oh, yeah.
So unsurprisingly, just about everything is lower than normal with the exception of expected amber and efficiency.
Yeah, I'm going to say efficiency, although it's 0.5, which is 10%. That's still quite a lot for this Sasa deck.
Well, I mean, 0.5 is statistically irrelevant almost. For given the highest ones aren't 10 or like 20 or 20 efficiency, but I mean,
and with the disruption being lower, for me it seems to be that people are bringing decks that cycle quickly.
With high amber.
And have high amber, so they can basically go, play my hand, get this much amber, play my hand, get this amber, play my hand, get keep
exactly.
Cycle as quick as I can, which kind of does make sense.
And it makes sense. Synergy is lower, anti-synergy is lower. All this good stuff is there, and a high amber. Lack of low artifact control. But again, it's statistically irrelevant the difference between that number.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. It's what I would expect to see if I was to guess is that high efficiency, higher expected amber at the cost of everything else.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Right, let's moving on. So we have Dark Tidings is 31.7%, Age of Ascension is 23.3%, Call of the Archons is 16.7%, Worlds Collide 16.7% as well, and Mass Mutation 11.7%. Again, this actually makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Dark Tidings. Everyone's still getting used to it. We're not sure how good the SAS is for it. It's better than it was. AOA, everyone doesn't like AOA, and we are forcing everyone to play one of each deck, so it makes sense these are the two lowest.
For me, this makes more sense because AOA and Dark Tidings are very similar. To the way I see it as a card game player, Dark Tidings and AOA feel very similar in the way they play, and at the lower end of SAS, AOA has always played more consistency. When you look at low SAS events, AOA sort of always cleans up, and with Dark Tidings having a similar feel, it makes a lot of sense that players pick up on that and go, yeah. I'm gonna play these ones because I don't know what it is about AOA. It might be the fact that you need janky combos, and at the higher end, KOTE, Worlds Collide, Mass Petition are going to interrupt your combos with control aspects, whereas in the lower end of it, you're kind of got more free reign to do what you're going to do because your opponent has kind of gone for the same thing of it's a race to see who pops off first.
Yeah, no, completely. I agree with everything you just said. So moving on to the houses, and I appreciate we're going to do this quite quickly, but there's nothing stand out here. Logos, Shadows, Untamed as half the board. Everything else.
For me, it's
Sanctums. Really? This is low. I expect this is Sanctum to be the other way around. Is the only answer I have to that.
That's just it. This is below Brobnar. It's below Sanctum. It is one of the. It's ridiculously low for this. And yeah, I get. But you got to remember, this is in 4 sets. So yeah, Brobnar's in 3. Mars is only in 2, and it's quite close. it is out of the houses that have been in multiple sets, it is the lowest.
So is that just showing the strength of Dis?
Yeah, it's kind of showing that shadows and logos are consistent throughout their stats because that's what they do. But it's kind of showing that Dis has a cap, and at a certain point, Dis becomes bad to play, which is it makes a lot of sense. And as Ultima pointed out, you've got AOA in here and low level AOA in low level Untamed in AOA is really strong. If you get things like Soldier to Flowers and stuff like combos that would usually be disrupted in the higher side, you can pull off a lot on here.
Yeah, no, that's fair.